Morning to ya. Good morning. How are ya? It is Wednesday morning. It is November the 16th. I cannot even believe that it is November the 16th. Is that crazy to anyone else or is it just me? How are ya? I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris, and this is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. I will preface this by saying I am on 2 hours of sleep. So, if I say something a little silly, all I ask is for your grace and your patience. Can we do that together? What a night. In discussing with some very dear friends, we were comparing last night, the launch of Artemis, like high school graduation, right? Not that wasn't me saying it, but I have to steal the line. Because high school graduation, you're kind of like, we just did something amazing, and now what do we do? You know? And so, man, we'll talk all about that. But I do want to make sure to update you on the weather because there's some stuff happening, y'all. The weather is changing. Big changes. And we're here for it. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And through the day, you can get caught up on the Coffee Talk podcast, which is available on Apple iTunes podcasts, on Spotify, and on the iHeart app. Okay, to the weather, people. The top two things that we are watching. A Central Florida chill. Yup. Am I being dramatic with the bundled up picture? You know I am. But that's about where the drama ends. We'll discuss just how chilly it is. And yes, for Central Florida standards, it will be nice and cool. Then everybody's working for the weekend. We're going to be discussing that and seeing just how things line up for us for our Saturday and our Sunday. We deserve it, after all, right? I think so. All right. So that's what we are watching. Shall we look outside? I've got my windows open. You just can't really see much because it is a foggy start to the day. Here's a look at our Tower Cam network. I believe this is the Orlando International. It is, yeah. That's the Orlando International Airport Tower Cam. With winds having gone kind of foggy or winds gone calm. Yeah, see, I'm not going to be good. This is not going to be a banner broadcast for me, I can tell you that much. With winds having gone a little calmer overnight, we were watching some of the fog kind of developing around the other launch pads out at the Kennedy Space Center last night. Here's a look at the visibility maps. I will let you know that anything below 10 miles is a little bit of fog or a little bit of haze. Anything below 1 mile is thick. So we were just looking at the Orlando International Airport, and obviously here, this is in the 8 a.m. hour, but you can see Orlando down to near nothing. I need about 3 more of those. St. Cloud watching some fog. Kissimmee watching some fog. Even up into Palm Coast. But the rest of us were doing okay. Better and better and better. Amanda says you're still awake. I got 2 hours of sleep. Meanwhile, listen. There's a meteorologist from a television station over in Tampa. Poor thing. She was there at 5 p.m., drove over from Tampa, and live at 11 o'clock for her station, live during the morning show today through 7 a.m., and then has to drive back to Tampa. And if you don't know, the drive to Tampa is not the best. Yeah. All right, so we've got a little bit of fog. Take a look at first warning Doppler radar. We are also tracking a little bit of rain. Let's head into downtown Orlando and see what's doing. And there you go, out over the Four Corners, the tourist district, a little ribbon of rain. It is nothing strong, nothing severe, but there is some shower activity. Okay, so just a little bit of rain, and it does extend further to the south, down toward Champions Gate, Celebration, Davenport area, Auburndale, a little bit of rainfall for you. So we're going to have at least a mention of showers. Now, what's going on? Why the shower chances? We're watching a front moving right through our area. So let's think about this. We had the clouds yesterday. It was nice and warm. Today, not going to be as warm. 77, 11 o'clock. 79 by 1 p.m. 81 will be our high temperature. And then from there, the temperatures will start to drop off little by little by little. Here's a look at the surface map. those showers are associated with that cold front, right? So here's where we go for today. High temperatures. What a difference depending on where you are, right? Look at that. 81 in Orlando today, 77 in Leesburg, 75 in the Villages, 73 in Ocala. Yeah. A little bit of rain. It's okay. We can handle that. Futurecast is picking up on it, moving through the metro late morning, getting over to Brevard County through the early afternoon. There's 2:30. Even pockets of heavier rainfall around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then it clears out. And let me tell you. So if temperatures this afternoon in some areas only make it to the 70s, where are we at tonight? Let me dial this up. I want to make you wait an extra second. Okay, do you want to see it? I can't make you wait that long. Let's take a look at tomorrow's morning temperatures. Take a minute. If you're a fan of summer, take a minute, say your goodbyes. This is the final rows. 56 in Orlando, 50 degrees in Leesburg, 46 is where we're waking up tomorrow morning in Ocala, 53 Daytona Beach, 60 in Titusville. No matter where in Central Florida you are, my friends, tomorrow is going to be a shock to the system. Prepare. I know this is going to be so laughable, right? Oh, we've got to prepare for the 40s and 50s. But in all joking aside, don't plan on wearing your shorts out tomorrow. Unless you're going to be wearing socks with your Crocs, right? I mean, it's going to be chilly. Oh, and that's just tomorrow morning. You want to see what's doing afterward? You want to see what's doing after here? Bada bing, bada boom. All right, tomorrow afternoon. There are the 60s. 69 degrees in Orlando for a high temperature. 66 in Claremont for a high temperature tomorrow. What? 62 degrees in Palm Coast. Belinda says, I have to dig out jeans and sweaters. Yeah, Belinda, you kind of do. We all do. It's funny. I've got to pull out the long sleeve shirts. I don't have it on today. I've got my short sleeves today. We're going to have to go long sleeve, I guess, next couple days. Kelly says, listen, socks and Crocs are life. Don't be insulting my fashion like that. I feel you. Fun fact, my previous boss yelled at me and actually it was Jason, Guy, and myself because we made this socks and Crocs joke and she made fun. Or she didn't make fun of us. She we got the pow pow. It's we made a joke. What are you talking about? Nikki's asking, did I even sleep? I got 2 hours. Listen, I'm going to take a hefty nap today. I don't know that I'm working or not. I got kind of a standby to work. Today would be day 12. So, yeah, I'll take a day off. I'll work if I have to. As they say, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life, right? Teresa says, hey, we live in Florida. It's like winter with 60 degrees. That's not wrong. Tammy says, this is good. I don't have a bikini body. I have a jeans and sweaters body. Baby, listen, you've got a body that is perfect, okay? You've got a bikini body. You've got to, listen, no, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. We all have everything great. Our bodies are the wonderland, right? You take pride in yourself. You love yourself. And if you don't, I'm going to be over here loving. Time for the Snuggies, Beverly says. Yeah, and all those, and the commercials are going to start pretty soon, right? The Snuggies. All right, so high temperatures. Today, 81, 69 Thursday, 67 Friday. Then into the weekend, we do start to warm up just a little bit. We'll be into the lower range of the 70s. It's not going to be warm, but it's also not going to be, we're going to be getting back into the 70s. Right? Nicole says we have a body, right? Like that's the thing. Listen, is it raining outside? It just sounded that way. I was the first one to beat up on myself. It is what it is. It's the only one we got, and I think when I finally realized, even though I weighed 300 pounds, I was like, it is what it is. It's mine. So here we are. So at any rate, this weekend is looking fantastic. So let's talk about the forecast. Listen, when I control the graphics, I go where I want, right? Saturday, let's talk about kegs and eggs. Anyone? Yeah, you like that, Taylor Squirrel? Kegs and eggs, anyone? Navy's coming to town. We've got to show them what we got, right? Like last year, that was a tough game to watch. Coffee's done. Gonna have to get some more of that. So, heading out, not too bad. It's gonna be comfortable. 11 a.m. kickoff. In the years that I've followed college football, I don't know that I've ever seen an 11 a.m. kickoff. But here you are. Lori, you're the best, Eric. I need this pet. Baby, I got you. You don't, nothing but positivity coming your way. Period. Joyce says the weatherman looking out the window and asked if it's raining. I mean, I saw the radar, but I'm like, maybe it didn't pick up on something. I don't know. All right. Debbie, you just sucked down that coffee. I never finish coffee on Coffee Talk. I always sip it. Yeah, today I gulped it. It's like I'm like a car running on fumes. Like, give me more. My check engine light is on. My fuel tank light is on. We're in an emergency situation. We're playing out that Seinfeld episode with Mr. Kramer. How much further can we go? Let's see. Giddy up. Victoria says, go UCF even though I'm a Navy girl. That's okay. Listen, at the end of the day, you can't not support Navy. But I could still want UCF to win the football game, right? Is that okay? Is that okay? Nikki says, your comment moved off the screen. Navy always challenges us, and now an 11 a.m. kickoff is challenging everyone. That's the truth. Charge on. Indeed. Bruce says, I guess my comments aren't working for me. Sorry if I don't answer anyone. I saw it, buddy. I saw it. Debbie, you're sounding kind of spunky this morning. I can promise you it is 100% fake. It's 100% artificial. Am I succeeding? All right. So, scenario, cool front sliding through. You're going to notice a much cooler scenario for our Thursday. Just have the jackets ready. Yeah, I mean, really, it's going to be lovely. Looking ahead to Friday, still nice and cool. Here's where things get interesting, okay? After that, looking ahead to Saturday, there's kind of this old front that dies and bubbles up an area of low pressure in the Gulf. Some models want it to be there. Some models don't. Some models want to bring it over top of us. So it ends up being, honestly, this scenario where this weekend we could see a whole bunch of rain or we couldn't. This is complex. This time of year, this is kind of the way it plays out sometimes. So that's definitely going to be a piece of the weather puzzle that we're going to have to track. It's not, honestly, it's not an easy forecast. Well, you always say that, Burris. No, I don't. But this is a difficult one. So we're throwing in a few showers, but don't be surprised if the weekend forecast trends a little wetter. And speaking of a little wetter, it does look like we want to trend wetter into Thanksgiving, okay? So just keep that in mind. Tim, were the other media outlets jealous of our weather lab? Well, there was some jealousy, and let me show you one of the things that definitely made people jealous. Remember when I discussed with y'all how we needed to get Starlink because the signal was crumbing out? Now, featured on top of the Weather Lab, so because it's a blurry picture, but what you're seeing is off the hood. Of course, it's not showing up. There's Artemis off the hood, and then on the top of the Weather Lab is Starlink. Yeah. By the end of the day, we were discussing how Starlink saved the day. So while nobody else's cell phone, like our earpieces died, the cell phone connectivity went out, dead. Starlink worked though. So the Weather Lab having Starlink saved the day, 100%. Tammy, another squirrel, Artemis. That's right. I'm punch drunk from lack of sleep. That's right, Pat. The only thing I have on my plate today, productive. Okay, three things. Cleaning up the house, cooking dinner, mowing the yard. That's it. That is it. I think I'm going to drive over on Friday to get some new suits taken care of. Tomorrow, I think I have a couple doctor's appointments. Anyway, today's going to be a day of bumminess. Now, if I need to work tonight, then I will work tonight. But other than that, yeah. Don't like the cold, but it's needed to work on my house. That cough. Oh my gosh, Terry, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was a thing. Good gravy. Nikki says Starlink is the best. Yeah, it is. It definitely saved the day last night. We were able to continue to broadcast because of it. So, yeah. All right. So, I'm going to do a little quickish coffee talk. I hope you're okay with that. Any questions? I mean, I'm not saying we wrap it up now. I'm not going to push it all the way to 8:30. If we wrap up a couple of minutes early, we wrap up a couple of minutes early. That's all. I'm about to go mow 12 yards and just rather not. Yeah, Laura, I can understand that sentiment. At least it's not 900 degrees outside, right? I think I'm looking at myself in the camera. Do I have a haircut? I hope I have a haircut tomorrow because it looks like I need it. I do have a haircut tomorrow. Okay, good. Okay. Don't fall asleep on the lawnmower. Yeah. Thanksgiving somewhat forecast. So let's dial that up. I've not pulled up the BSR as I've mentioned. All right. This is GFS. Raw model data, so take it for what it is. 17th, 18th. Timestamp, by the way, top right corner of the map, okay? Sunday, Monday, happy days. All right, big influx of moisture. Tuesday into Wednesday. Now there's Thursday. According to the GFS, most of the moisture will already be offshore, which helps, right? That would time out better for us. Yeah. But it looks like there's at least going to be some moisture, and it looks like maybe even a frontal passage. Let's look at temperatures, shall we? Temperature. Swing. All right, so Thursday. High temps on Thursday look to be 70s and 80s, which is obviously great. Black Friday. 70s and 80s. Yeah, so we're not looking bad, people. It should be a tad longer, Debbie says. That's just not the way that it works in the TV world. Got to have it clean and tight. Tight and clean. Whew. Clean and tight. Yeah. All right. So look at that. A couple of showers into the middle part of next week. But according to the GFS, it should clear out for Thanksgiving. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay. Joanne says, I vote for 70s. Joanne, my dear, I see a whole lot of 70s on that 7-day forecast. This is looking good. This is looking good. I like it. Have you seen the hair on the guys on the other news stations? Audrey Mansfield is our image consultant. She's very specific. She made me shave my chest. It is what it is. Yeah, I can't speak to the other guys at the other shops. They do them, we do us. Life continues. Kenneth says, Artemis was awesome. I should have bought a pass for the Kennedy Space Center. It was amazing. Y'all, listen, I've covered a few launches now. It was the most powerful rocket to ever make it to space, to orbit, and now it's committed to the moon. You know? Debbie says, I don't like hearing about Starlink. My husband is a 30-year employee with AT&T, and that only makes me nervous that Starlink will put them out of business. They're two very different things. If I'm honest with you, Debbie, I do not worry. Here's why. Starlink has limitations, very serious service limitations, and they're trying to put satellites up as fast as they can, but like congested areas like Orlando, Starlink service is terrible. Over at the Space Coast where there's not as many units, it's a little bit better, but Starlink is not going to be at least in the current generation, is not going to be a catch-all for everybody, and it's far more expensive. I mean, it's not like absurdly expensive, but for a business expense, it's fine. But like at the end of the day, it's not going to be for everybody. It's just not what it's for. So at least for now, don't worry about it. I could tell you being a user of it. Okay, promise. Taylor, are your pants pulled up though? Promise they are. I've been doing that consistently now, which is, weird to get used to. But yes, pants are pulled up. You did a great job, as did the whole crew. Thank you, Joanne. I was texting with Stu this morning. He's up as well. He got 3 hours of sleep because he made it home quicker than I did. Is this forecast for Orlando? It is, Cindy. Watched from backyard in Melbourne. It was amazing. It was amazing. Ashlyn says, I definitely teared up watching the sky light up like a sunrise when she took off. I would agree, if I'm honest. I usually film these things, and I didn't last night because I wanted to take it in. I just wanted to sit back and kind of savor the moment that was playing out in front of me. The most powerful rocket to ever lift off from the Kennedy Space Center. More powerful than the mighty Saturn V? What? Yeah. It was something. Bruce says your jeans yesterday didn't look pulled up. Bruce, I'm coming over there. I'm a bop ya. They were pulled up. Maybe they slid down or something, but but if they didn't look pulled up, here's the issue. If they didn't look pulled up, imagine what they used to look like. Because they were, I promise you, they were pulled up the whole time. Yeah. Don't nerds pull their pants up to their armpits? Yeah. I did it. All right. That's all I got, y'all. I'm going to sleep. I'll see you guys later. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so very much for hanging out for Coffee Talk at 8 o'clock in the morning. We do it every morning at 8 o'clock. And if you missed any bit of it, go check us out on every element that has podcasts, I feel like. All right. Bye, guys. Take it easy.